Hello, this is Bobby25. Today we're going to work on 50's Glam. Now, this skirt is set up a little different than some of my other skirts because it has a shin handle. Basically what this one does, just moves the lower end of the skirt. And let's go ahead and start working with the skirt. Now, as you know, that some of my skirts have a left shin S and a right shin S. If you wanted the dress to move with the legs, all you have to do is in the joint tool, right click on the bone, go to edit, rename node, remove the S, hit accept, the selection tool, right click on the dress, conform it to none, and then fit it back to Genesis. There we are. Now we'll move along with the thighs. Now this is pretty convenient if you want to do quick poses, and I'll show you how to do that now. As you see, I went ahead and put her in a pose, and now the dress moves exactly with the legs. With easier poses, this is very convenient. Now if I want to pull it back away from being conformed to the thighs, all I have to do is go back to the bones, right click, edit, rename node, back to capital S on the ends, and hit accept. Selection tool, fit the dress to none, and fit the dress back to Genesis. And then I can manually move the dress back into place. So you can do this two ways. I usually just stick with the handles because they are the original thighs. So once I've moved the thigh bones, I can also move the main skirt bone. If I wanted to restore the way it looked and just use the main skirt bone to fly up one side and then pull the other, that works as well. There we are. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little more complicated poses. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put her into a sitting pose, which we all know can be very complicated with dresses. And I want to go ahead and grab the dress. I usually always provide a sitting pose. I'm going to use the sit 90 to bring the thighs in. Grab my thighs, pull them up into the side, we'll have to make the hand accommodate for the dress. Usually people put poses and they're right on top of the skin. They kind of forget that clothing is needed at times. There we are. And I would continue adjusting, moving the thigh bones up and down and fitting it just in place. I also have the lower shin that I can move around to make it flare up and down. But that's how we would get a sitting pose to work on the dress. And as you can see, it fits very well. I would even move the shin here back a little bit more. And I think I want the curl back for this one. And the lower shins. Just continue moving things around and placing them the way that you want them. And then we can get a pretty decent looking sitting pose for whichever render you want to do. Again, you're going to always have to move hands around with poses because people like to make poses directly on the skin. And let's see, let's grab another pose. Well, this one's pretty. This was kind of actually that one is kind of boring. Let's get one that has a little bit more movement to it and makes it a little difficult for skirts. We want to go ahead and restore the skirt. There we are. Add the pose. Actually, this one isn't very hard because it's pretty much a thigh movement. So we'll place the thighs where they need to be. And that would pretty much be done for the dress. And maybe pull the back out a bit. We can also give it a little bit more flair at the very ends by using the curl buttons here. You just curl it to the sides and the left and the right. Curl it in the front and curl it up in the back. I want it more curled in the front. There we go. Now it gives it more life to the dress. So let's restore the dress and see if we can get another little pose. Now you can also work mainly in the bone tool if you don't want to work over here in the scene tab to grab your bones. But now I want to show you what each one actually does. Since we went over a couple poses, let's go and look at what this actually does. Okay, the front bone and the back bones, they control the dress. So I'm going to go ahead and click the back, and this is its bend, its twist, and its side to side. Again, the front has a bend, a twist, and a side to side. The skirt is the main lower part of the skirt. You can use this helping when doing a sit pose. Also twists the entire bottom and side to side for the entire bottom. The right thigh, of course, moves the entire right side, like the original thigh would do on the leg. That's why you're able to conform it back to. And it does its side. The same with the left. This dress also has hidden JCMs, so when you move the arms up, let's go with our pose controls over here. Let's do arms forward. You'll see there's no breast distortion and no back distortion. And we move them up. There's no side distortion or front distortion. Along with, I made sure to include workable breast joints, so you can use some of the really cool breast poses and morphs that are out in the market right now. Along with fitting a lot of the body morphs, go ahead and go to shaping. As you see, the girl perfectly fits. There's no distortion around her breasts, along with ICO and all the other morphs that are listed. Here I have the first 6 morphs all turned on at once. This is called blending. So the outfit holds blending very well, along with adding lots of surfaces, and you have lots of matte zones. The reason they're colored the way they are right now is purely for testing purposes. This isn't the color that the dress comes in when it loads. It will actually come with a texture. I have it this way so I can see if there's any poke through or if any mesh distortion happens. So don't worry about the silly little colors that I have it in. It's just so I can see it when I'm doing the rigging. So that's all I can think of. We can do a couple little movements, just moving the shins around. If we want to move them around, we can grab the shin bones and have them follow the knee. Or if we just want the very back of that to bend and curl up, we'll just go back to here to the back curl and curl it up over the shin. So I hope you guys enjoy the outfit, and I'll see you next time.